Running with the runners. 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 Running with the runners.
All right, welcome in everyone. You are with the runners. It's Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. We are ready to break into the new year, and we're going to take a look back at 2025 and the predictions that grew, the ones that didn't, the winners, the losers, and of course, get you guys ready to crush it in 2026. As always, got my good brother here, Ricardo Hamilton, aka M.I.M.S, making it make sense. Happy New Year, brother. I cannot wait to help so many more people in the next year.
Oh, man. Fired up and excited. Look, folks, man, Happy New Year, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all running with the runners. And, 2025, we coming to an end. And everything that we said is going to take place in 2025, all-time highs for silver and everything else came to fruit.
I somehow cannot hear you.
It says we're on air. You heard me earlier.
You hear me in the private chat. Let me know. Okay.
Oh. Well, no. Not
anyone live stream. Let us know. Can you hear me? Can you hear Ricardo? I don't know if
private chat. Let me see. I can hear you. I just chatted you. I can hear you.
Let me see here. Audio output.
Yep. Boone says he can hear you.
All right, M.I.M.S. What about now? All right, I can hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, I had to change where it was coming from.
Yeah, we got people saying that they can hear both of us. So you can't hear me, but apparently everybody can hear both of us.
All right, I'm gonna. All right, they can hear you both. It's gonna be a little difficult, for us to have a conversation if I can't hear you. I'm just gonna.
Put you gotta hear us.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, you're good.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Just have to go old school.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let me turn that down. All right. So let's get into this, M.I.M.S. I'm sorry, I could not hear you, but 2025, everything that we have been talking about for the last 6 years came to fruition, and I think we are just at the beginning of everything we've been saying coming true.
Yeah, most definitely. And we're just getting started. 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. I'm pumped. I'm excited. No matter which way it goes, we're in position, and that's how you want to be. Whether the economy is doing well or whether it does bad, you have a good offense and a defense, and that's what we've been doing this whole time. Saving, preserving our wealth, and as you can see, obviously in the last quarter here, countdown of 2025, silver taking off, gold taking off, precious metals taking off, and 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year for crypto. But brother, pumped up and excited as always, man. How are you?
Oh man, I am, dude, just super blessed. And 2025, we helped so many people acquire assets, increase their net worth. It's absolutely phenomenal. So M.I.M.S, as we always do, let's start with the market cap, right? Gold now at 4,362, gone up to 4,500. We were doing live streams week after week after week. Gold at 1,800, 1,900, right? Under 20 trillion. I think it was around 17 trillion. Silver, of course, massive 2025 as you called Mims.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. You said we're going over $50, 60, 70 in 2025. We're now at 72.91, 4 trillion market cap, number 3 asset in the world. And again, guys, this is fake. Like we always say, don't worry about the dollar price. At $72, it's still the same thing. Silver is worth way more than $72. It's not even close, right? And we'll get into a little bit of how it's being priced, whether it's in China or in London, but that's the big deal, guys. Again, measure your wealth and assets, not the dollar. That's how you get wealthy.
Yeah, and I think, Mike, I can't remember. I did say we would get to 80 by the end of the year, didn't I? I don't know if I said that to you in conversation or I did on the live stream, but I think we hit like $82. And then, of course, we saw a nice little pullback in silver. And right now, it's trading at 72. And we actually got to a point where silver overtook NVIDIA in market cap. So for a brief moment, silver was at number 2. We know it's going to go right back to that number 2 slot in 2026 for sure. Silver is going to be well over $100 an ounce going into 2026 with a lot of developments and things that are changing in China and the ability to get silver out of there. And so, yeah, folks, we're winning. We're winning. We've been helping people win for a long time. People know that we've been telling people to get these assets, get silver. And for years, we've been helping people get silver. And now we're really starting to see these assets take off. And it just really feels good, to be in that position, hedging against the economic crisis and the monetary reset that's taking place right before our eyes. You there, Mike? Can you hear me? Did he freeze? Uh-oh. And NVIDIA needs silver. Yeah, Thomas, you're right. I don't know. Mike probably will chime back in here. I'm guessing we're still live. He might have some connection issues. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. All those companies that we know, NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, I mean, you name it, all these tech companies, they need silver. Solar panels, the industrial demand for AI, EV batteries. We've talked about Samsung's new solid state battery, EV vehicles. Folks, there's a big shakeup in the silver market right now. We're going to see silver really take off because there's not enough of it to satisfy the need. We've been running a deficit of silver for the last 4 years or so. We've been running a deficit, and now with Samsung releasing their solid state battery and more developments in this space, there is more demand for silver than there is available. And just a few things that I mentioned, not to mention the new innovations in healthcare and things that are coming that's going to even increase the demand for physical silver. So understand something. I've been telling people all the time, get it now while you can, because either you'll be priced out or they won't sell it anymore. It's too much of a strategic metal. It's literally a strategic metal here in the US. It's a strategic metal in other countries like China. They understand that this is a critical element for the success of the economy and in the industries. So we're going to see something that we've never seen before. I think 2026 is going to be just as a significant year as 2020 was. And we all know what took place in 2020. They locked down the whole global economy. I think we're going to see something of that nature in regards to its effect on the global economy in 2026, something very huge. So definitely make sure that you are, properly hedged and holding on to the right assets. We got you back, Mike. You good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
So, here's the thing, guys, is we talked about getting gold and silver for the last 6-7 years, right? And to not worry about the price. Okay. That doesn't change, right? And I said, Ricardo, how many times did I say every day you wake up, you can buy silver under $30?
Oh, yeah.
Just say thank you, God, and thank you to all the banksters rigging the silver market.
Oh, naked shorts, all kind of stuff.
That time is gone, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We lived it up. We tried to tell you. We tried to educate you, right? A lot of you lost interest. You're like, oh, I bought silver. It hasn't gone up. I bought silver. It hasn't gone up. That's not the point of buying gold and silver, right? This is insurance. This is long-term thinking, right? This is patience over I gotta get this rich right now, right? We always talk about getting wealthy slowly, not getting rich quickly. You actually don't even want to get rich quickly. It's one of the worst things that could ever happen to you. So, so Mims, I just want to celebrate, right? For all
Yeah.
the runners who have stayed consistent, who have focused on long-term accumulation. We won. We have been proven correct, right? And so we just take this same mindset, this same look into everything else that we do. So yes, I'm still buying silver. I got some today. Still haven't even opened it. But guys, you don't stop buying. You know the dollar's going to go down, right? So shout out to all the runners there. And we're going to keep doing this, guys. We're not stopping. It is always constantly
Continuously and consistently.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Triple C. That's it. And you know we're getting it at the best prices, and you know we're getting it pure, and you know we're getting it delivered, and you know it's physical. You know, the dollar is in trouble. I'll tell you right now, the dollar has always been in trouble, but it's in more trouble today as gold and silver are rising. It's just an indicator of what's to come. And usually when you see gold rise the way it is, the crisis is usually going to be in the following year, because they project these things out so they can see a year ahead of time based on what type of regulation and policies and different kind of metrics that they use. So gold rising like it is, that's what I'm saying. 2026 is going to be a very transformative year. And you want to make sure that you're not just holding dollars. You want to make sure that you're holding real money, God's money, physical silver and gold, and also obviously investing in blockchain technology, which isn't going anywhere.
No. The last thing I want to say about silver, and then we're going to move on to crypto. Okay. Guys, we've talked about this many times. This is not just something that just happened. Silver has been suppressed and given us fake prices since at least 1872, the crime of 1872, right? So this is a 160-year chart of silver going back to 1869. If you can see where my cursor is there. Okay. The crime of 1872 happens here, bringing silver down. Then we're going through, guys, we're going through World War I, the Great Depression, World War II. Silver doesn't even start to make anything happen in silver till like 1980. And then it goes back. And then it doesn't come back till 2011. And now we have broken out of this cup and handle. I don't know if that's a double cup and handle or what it's called. But guys, we're talking about 160 years of price manipulation of the most valuable element, metal, money in the history of the world, about to go parabolic. So whatever you guys decide to do, just know what you hold and focus on getting real money that cannot be created out of thin air, that has a finite supply. And so as we transition of gold and silver is your defense, is your insurance, what is your offense when it comes to crypto and the digital age? You need both. I think we've been proven right there, M.I.M.S. We talk about this all the time. You need both, right? I hate hearing gold and silver people fight with crypto people. It's like, guys, we're both winning. Just get both and diversify and hedge yourself. That's what 2025 has taught us without a doubt, M.I.M.S.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the merger of the two is taking place in 2026. That's the thing about it. You're going to see all this massive accumulation of gold and silver and the physical is literally to back the value of the digital asset that these nations are going to come out with. So understand CBDC is a thing. Blockchain technology is a thing. And the way that the global economy will function and conduct global trade will be on the blockchain. And when you're seeing the stablecoin legislation get passed and as mass adoption of that takes place, these stablecoins are backed by assets. And the number one asset is gold. It's a tier one asset, zero risk associated to it. Currencies, devalue, fluctuate, bonds or based on the government and different things. One thing that always has value, always will have value, is gold. And so we're seeing that major shift. This is why we're saying this is the greatest wealth transfer ever in history. This is a reset in the monetary system. And just like in the early 2000s, if you acquire the right assets, you could put yourself in position, never have to worry about money again. Because like a lot of the companies today, the FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, okay, they're here and they're behemoths. They're going to be blockchains. They're going to be cryptocurrencies that you can acquire right now that will change your life forever, because they're going to be behemoths in the blockchain and crypto and digital space, the same way the FANG stocks are behemoths in the .com space. You're early, folks. I do think we might get another crash here, and we might see crypto drop a little more, but understand something. These are assets. And if you can get assets on the cheap and accumulate more, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because we're getting closer and closer. That's the thing for sure. We're not too far out. It's like, oh, people have been saying this, and silver's supposed to go up, or silver's starting to go up. And, Bitcoin is supposed to go to 200,000 by the end of the year. And look where it is. That's 87. Folks, whatever's going to take place, trust me, we're not waiting 5 years for this massive wealth transfer to take place on the blockchain and all this money start to move on. Once this Clarity Act and these legislations get passed, once this stablecoin bill and all this money, that liquidity is going to get freed up, it's going to move on chain. We're going to see that happen within the next 12, 24 months at the most. Okay. You just want to make sure you're prepared and you're ready. That's why I said I'd rather be 1 year or even 2 years too early than 1 day too late to the largest wealth transfer in history. And that's how you want to look at it. You want to wait too late, and you're still early right now. A lot of these assets are, Mike pulls up the chart and he's going to pull up the charts, but a lot of them are just at the rock bottom down there. And even silver at $72 an ounce is still massively undervalued. Okay. So it's not too late. Make sure y'all share this out, because y'all know we're suppressed. Make sure people get this information and get access to these assets.
Oh, let's shift to crypto, guys. And I think crypto was probably the most surprising, right? The most hard to understand this year. It was supposed to be the blow off top of the 4-year cycle. And essentially, Bitcoin is almost even at the year, right? We look back in January of 2024, right? $93,000. We entered 2025 with Bitcoin, right? We had this little dip here, and then we reached new all-time highs, 123, and then 124 again. All right. And now we're back to like 88,000. So now I will say, M.I.M.S, I told many, many people, and I said many, many times, October of 2025, if you're going by the 4-year cycle, would be the market cycle top. And it was. All right. Now, the question is, going into 2026, okay, it's probably, if you're going to listen and take away anything from here tonight, this is it. This will either show us the 4-year cycle is broken and Bitcoin and crypto just follows liquidity, because they are printing dollars like crazy, guys. I'm not even going to bring up the evidence. I think everybody knows quantitative easing has ended. Okay. They're pumping everything. They're making more dollars. The Fed is injecting money left and right. Interest rates are coming down. So we'll see this year, is Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market going to keep going up, or will it follow a 4-year cycle? Now, I think it's good either way, M.I.M.S. Hear me out here. Okay. And we'll run this back here for the year.
Yeah.
If the 4-year cycle is broken, which I think it is, I will put my reputation on the line here. I think the 4-year cycle is done. I think we're following liquidity. So I think we're going to see crypto and Bitcoin continue to go up in 2026. If I'm wrong, it will go down, and 2026 will be the best time to buy. So either way, again, guys, this is about mindset, right? Either way, I think we win. Those of us who stay engaged, who continue to buy, who continue to monitor what's going on. So if Bitcoin and crypto follows the 4-year cycle, we should see Bitcoin and crypto continue to go down, and the best time to buy will probably be like May, June of this year, of 2026. If the Fourier cycle is broken and we're following the liquidity of all the dollars being printed, then we'll probably see new all-time highs. For me, M.I.M.S, either way, I'm buying, right? If this is going to be the worst year for Bitcoin and crypto, I want to be buying. If it's going to be the best, then we're in great position.
Yeah.
Any insight on what your plans are for 2026, M.I.M.S?
Yeah, considering that, the year, Bitcoin is pretty much around the same price that it started off this year. I would say next year that would make me bullish for next year. The only thing that concerns me is a banking crisis or a crash in the stock market as they are tokenizing and moving everything over. Because I don't think it's going to be a smooth transition. And if that does happen, we could see the liquidity pulled out of crypto to cover the margin calls and cover the liquidations and the losses from these companies and industries that have invested in the digital asset, because it's not Main Street that got Bitcoin up to 125,000. So whoever, the central banks or, the banks or the private companies or private wealth funds, if there is a crash in the stock market, if there is some major disruption in the bond market, I think, digital assets are still a risk. It's in the risk sectors, and so when it's a risk off environment, I think that, we could see, the digital assets drop, which obviously is a buying opportunity because it doesn't mean they're going away or that they're not valuable. It just means that, we have to wait for the dust to settle for this full reset and transition to take place. So yeah, I'm expecting, just be prepared for anything, in 2026. Keep a little dry powder, keep some cash, some USDC, some USDT in case of a dip. But also be happy with your positions in case things start to rise. But one thing I do know, in 2026, silver's going higher, regardless.
Yep, down 100%.
And gold. Yeah, and gold. Yeah. Precious
And
metals.
so,
I mean, even copper is getting sold out at some places. I mean, this is the new economy once real. The economy we have now, or the monetary system now, is fake. Anything fake is getting wiped out. That's in the old age. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. This the age of, I guess, what is it, Pisces or whatever. All that stuff, that fake stuff, is getting left behind. And this is a great awakening. So I'm excited though. This is a empowering and liberating just as much as it is probably scary and fearful for some.
yes. And so the next thing I just want to focus on is, again, guys, if you are paying attention, there's money to be made in crypto. Okay. I mean, just in the last 7 days, I've been kind of watching Canton. All right. They've gone up 64%.
Yeah. That's a DTC
right?
news.
Zcash up 27%. I don't know what midnight is. It's up 23%, right? Dash up 15%. So what we're seeing here is privacy will be a major player in 2026, right? Because that's the beauty of crypto, right? Is it is transparent, but then it can also be private. All right.
Yeah, I don't think I have any Canton. I was thinking about buying some, obviously, with that DTCC news, which is massive because you're talking about quadrillions. But yeah, that's obviously why Canton is up, without a doubt. Yeah.
And so, one video I wanted to M.I.M.S is actually, I guess we're already done with that. So I'm going to hold this. All right. But again, guys, just so you understand how this works, when price goes down, that's when smart money buys. Okay. So someone just bought 1% of the supply of H bar while you were eating Christmas dinner. Data from the Canary Capital confirms they just added another 8 million H bar to their EDF product. Total holding 473 million. That represents basically 1% of the entire cap supply sitting in one regulated vehicle. This is quiet accumulation before the noise starts. They are locking the float while the market sleeps. Okay. And you guys can take any quality cryptocurrency product, gold, silver. This is what big money does, right? They push down the price and they buy it up and they don't let anybody know, right? Even the silver right now, guys, it's almost no retail. Like M.I.M.S and I and everyone else that's buying silver that are individual people, we're not really making a dent. Okay. This is massive accumulation by entities who know what they are doing. And so, again, let's look at the value, right? When we go to TX, one of, projects about for the last year, right? That we've helped so many people, earn passive income and earn money by sharing, right? We have our hash rate. Let's even go by month, MEMS, so we can see this, right? We get in around April, May, somewhere in here, okay? Our hash rate is just slowly creeping up. We get to October, right, to November, and boom. We go from below 500 gigahash to, I think when we go to week, we're up to 5.46 hash rate. Now, if you guys don't know what that means the physical miners Texas is buying, right? The compute power, the massive supercomputers that we have running our network has gone parabolic, right? So the value of what we're building, what we have here is massive, all right? And so again, but what is going on with the price, right? We can come here and go to the TXC chart. And if you only think short term, right? And you don't think long term, the greatest buying opportunity right now. Okay. So when M.I.M.S and I get in, it's, April, May, we're at 45.52 cents. So think about this, guys. If you were following the runners, you were exposed to Texas around 45.50 cents in May and April. Then we have this amazing run where we're just continuously going up. We get to August, a little bump here, and then September, we take off, guys. I mean, this is one of the biggest blow off tops I've ever seen in crypto. I mean, we basically are mimicking Bitcoin. And when you have that blow off top, when you go from 40 cents in April to $7 in September, you're going to have off. The market comes down, guys. This is just facts of life, right?
Ebbs and flows. Yeah.
So, but again, if you're new to crypto, right? If you bought at the top, you get scared, right? You get concerned because you don't understand how markets work, right? So this is completely expected. And again, this is going to be the same as when we told you guys to buy silver when it was $14, when it was $20, right? This is when I'm buying Texas in this area because I know the value's there, right? I know the utility we have. I know the physical miners that we're building. So when I look at our hash rate, I know, right? We're getting bigger, we're stronger, we're opening, we're bringing on digital dollars for our real world use case. So again, you can get scared or you can accumulate the valuable assets when the price is down, guys. It's almost like an asymmetrical bet. Just do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. M.I.M.S, anything that you want to add when it comes to Texas and the future of cryptocurrency?
Oh, yeah. This is typical. And any cryptocurrency that you look at over a period of time, you're going to see the same exact chart. So the chart to me is irrelevant, just like the price. But what you want to look at when you're putting your money into something is the value. You shouldn't chase the get rich quick. You shouldn't chase the hype. You should chase the value. And what's the value? The value is the actual mining infrastructure. The value is the community. So when you see the mining hash rate increase, when you see the mining infrastructure expanding, when you see the community growing, that's a good sign. Now, the price is lower today. And like Mike just said, that's an opportunity to buy because once again, the infrastructure is still expanding. The community is still growing. And if you're mining, you still get coins every single day. So this is the thing about diversifying, having multiple assets. Listen, I'm buying more miners, I'm buying more nodes, I'm buying more servers. I'm in DeFi. Okay, there's so many different ways that you should be making money. That you shouldn't be relying on one stream of income. And I tell people all the time, if you're relying on one stream of income, you're a disaster waiting to happen. But this project is strong. Bobby Gray is strong. There's nothing going on in that regard. He's going to continue to build the mine. He's going to continue to promote the coin. He's going to continue to pay the commissions. And, that's what got us in the beginning was the actual mining infrastructure. And, so the coin is down, but it's temporary to me, and I look at any of my digital assets. I remember when Bitcoin popped to 20,000 and then it dropped to like 3,000. And people were like, oh, it's over. Bitcoin is done. It was a Ponzi, had fun. It was a fad. And a lot of people sold at that time. They were like, man, well, Bitcoin, it was going for between 10,000 and 15,000 for the longest. And it dropped down and it got to 20 and it broke out to 20 to 50. And then went from 50 to 30 to 25. And people, oh, it's over. Then it goes to 125. And now it's at 87. People say, oh, it's over. Folks, we just getting started. Texacoin ain't even 2 years old yet. Barely 2 years old. Okay, barely. Right? I mean, so listen, we're just getting started, folks. Take advantage and invest for the long term, not for the get rich quick.
Yeah, and when you're doing something that has never been done, right? Because let's be clear here. A proof of work layer 1 blockchain that real people can actually earn daily from never happened. Okay? This has never happened in the history of cryptocurrency and blockchain. And the haters are coming out, right? They're literally just putting fake news articles out. Like literally I have people like telling me like, oh, Texacoin's dead, right? Like I heard you guys no longer exist. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh yeah, some, MLM website published, oh, Texas dead. And I'm like, well, that's weird because every day this week I've gotten paid more Texacoin. Every day this week I could sell Texacoin. Every week we get commissions paid, right? Every week we watch Bobby Gray get on a Zoom and explain what's going on and the changes we're making and how we're growing. We've purchased more hash power than we've even sold. We're ahead of schedule. We only need to be on this yellow line. We only need to have bought 22.4 terahashes and we've already purchased 29. We're ahead. We're doing more than is expected of us.
It's just because
it's crazy, bro.
They don't understand blockchain. That's why they don't understand that part as what gives value to the ecosystem. They don't understand the value proposition that Texas fully put in place. When you understand that we were crowdfunding, right? Crowdsourcing income to build a mine. That was it. And if you helped us build a mine, you got commissions. The value of the coin, we don't control. Bobby doesn't control. The market controls that. The miners control that.
Yep.
But the value of the blockchain is even stronger and even better. And it's even at a greater rate than what we've sold. We're on multiple exchanges. The coin is obviously, where it is now, and it showed you where it can go. And so, that's how I look at it. People just have to know how to evaluate stuff. They're looking for the get rich quick. They're not evaluating things. Listen, I'm going to get Texacoin sent to my private decentralized wallet for the rest of my life. Okay, that miner is going to send coins for 130 plus years. That blockchain is going to be running. Okay, those miners are going to be running. You gotta think long term, man. People buy into the 40-40 plan, work 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life to retire on 40% of what wasn't enough. And they working at least 40 years to even get access to that, let alone you can buy a miner and sell your coins every single day if you wanted to. So we winning. 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. Start mining cryptocurrency. If you're not mining with Texacoin right now, now's the time to buy Texacoin and start mining, okay? Because the value of the coin is low. Accumulate some coins and get ready for the next pump up. You know, whether that's in the next couple of months or or the next bull cycle. You know, it doesn't matter. The value is there. I believe that Texacoin will rise and see all-time highs again.
No, 100%. And great question here from Shadow. When will the layer 2 launch of Texacoin? So they are testing it now, and we can actually, I'm going to start doing this next week, M.I.M.S, is we can get on and start doing the Texacoin layer 2 token manager. Create and manage layer 2 tokens on the Texacoin network, create a token, mint a token, burn tokens. Okay. So we're in the testing phase now here, right? Bringing it to real world use cases, whether it's local economic alliances and whether it's festivals and fairs, which are like $1 trillion industry, right? Once this happens, guys, this is when everyone's going to be coming in, right? It's just, do you have the vision to see something and prepare for it before it happens, right? If we would have told people, M.I.M.S, right? If we had a crystal ball and we would have told people silver's going to hit $80 in December of 2025, we know for sure. How much silver would you have bought? And we already buy a lot.
Right. Oh, sold everything.
Yeah, we would have done everything. Okay. But you have to have that conviction before it happens, right? Everybody wants to buy silver now. But for 6 years, Ricardo and I are in the wilderness telling you about silver. Exactly, guys, we were so right about everything. Those who listened, those who believed, those who had the faith are the ones who win. And it's the same thing with Texacoin, guys. The haters will come out. People will say this. They'll make things up. They'll just completely lie. But those who have the faith, those who go through, are the ones who are going to win big and get rewarded in 2026 when it comes to Texacoin, when it comes to gold and silver still, and of course, when it comes to other cryptocurrencies and digital assets. Now, next week, M.I.M.S, I am, and I'm going to challenge you. We're going to pick our top 5 cryptos of 2026. We'll do a little challenge. Okay. I'll pick my 5. You pick your 5. We'll see where we end up at the end of 2026. But other than that, guys, I'll give M.I.M.S the last word here. But what an amazing year, guys. It takes time, guys. You have to delay gratification. That's one of the biggest traits of winners is delayed gratification. That's what silver makes you do. It makes you delay gratification. It makes you put your money into sound money that is limited for years and years, sometimes even decades, to win. When you're patient and you're consistent, you will win the long run.
Hey, listen, man, I hope everybody have a phenomenal 2026. 2025, man, what a year. It's done already. 2025, 2026. It's just going to be a phenomenal year. You know what I'm saying? I really feel it. I really know it. You know, and I hope that you bring that about in your experience. You know, you manifest that, you focus on that. You know, 2026 is going to be a great year. I'm just excited, really. I'm really excited for 2026 because I know what's coming. I know the type of disruption that we're going to see in this market. I know the type of awakening that we're going to see in people's reality of the world that we're in, the zeitgeist that we're in. So I'm pumped, brother. I'm pumped for 2026. We're going to have a phenomenal show to start the new year off. I might have popped some bottles of Moet like I normally do, bring some Moet on stage. You know, let's get it. 2026, baby. If you're thinking of making anything less than $1 million in 2026, you're thinking too small. You don't really understand what's going on. You don't understand the type of money that's getting ready to move into these assets, the liquidity that's getting ready to flow. Listen, more millionaires are going to be created faster than ever than anything that has ever created millionaires.com. I mean, I don't care whatever it is that, innovation and humanity that has created millionaires. More millionaires are going to come out of a blockchain technology than anything that has ever been created in humanity. Okay. So put yourself in position to be one of them. Follow the right people, get the right information, acquire the right assets, and just, get ready. Get ready because it's going to happen regardless.
All right. I'm excited. We'll see you guys in the new year next week. Lace up. We are wealthy. Peace.